Hey guys, Natasha Tessier here, Dwell Realty and Design. Welcome to my channel. If you want to know anything and everything about the city of Houston, living in Houston, please hit the subscribe button. If you want to know how to choose a realtor in Houston, stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm Natasha Tessier. I'm the owner of Dwell Realty and Design Group here in Houston. We really are independent agents that kind of work together. So when I say group, I want to talk to you guys about that and how you select an agent working on a team versus an independent agent like myself. And so how to select an agent in Texas or in Houston or anywhere for that matter. I know agents all over the nation. I actually just referred my in-laws to a great agent up in Montana that is going to get their house sold. So if you ever need an agent and you're not sure who to use, reach out to me, even if it's not in Houston or in Texas. We have a nationwide network and all high producing, on top of it type of agents. Because I'm sure you found that some don't answer their phones, some don't call you back, some don't know what they're talking about. So today, I wanted to just go over how do you select an agent in Texas or in Houston, and this really could apply anywhere. The first thing I want to say is experience. You can look up how many sales that agent has. So if they're only selling 3 houses a year, they're probably not on top of the market trends, what's going on there, what changes, how to win a bidding war, how to get a house sold, all those things. So that's the first and most important thing is how many sales do they have? And then the second thing is, do they respond? Do they pick up their phone? So my clients kind of laugh at me because I'm almost too responsive. I had an agent text me last night about one of my listings saying that they were making a cash offer, and I answered immediately, and she's like, oh my gosh, you're faster than me. I tell my clients, if I don't answer you within an hour or two, then I missed your text, meaning like I was driving, or sometimes when I'm on a Zoom and a text goes through on my computer, it shows that I've read it and I haven't. And I always tell them, like, hit me up again, because if I didn't respond, I didn't see it. So I'm extremely responsive, but you want someone, if you're selling a house or buying a house, to be responsive. So the next thing I'm gonna talk about is how I was mentioning teams and groups. So there are some agents that have, let's just say, 300 sales a year. Last year, I sold 62 homes myself. But those 300 sales a year have a huge team working for them. So you might think you're hiring the head agent, but really they're gonna pass you off to, their new agent or whatever and go from there. So it's just me, okay? Now I do have people to help me, and I wanna, let you know who that is. So Megan is my superstar. She is my back-end transaction coordinator. She helps us get the offers written. She helps us make sure we have all the inspections scheduled. She helps us make sure that we have amendments written. Let's just say your financing needs 3 more days. She's gonna make sure you don't miss that cutoff and that we get paperwork signed. She makes sure we stay on track through the transaction. Probably not somebody you'll meet unless like I was out of town and she covered for me on a few things, but really she kind of stays behind the scenes. The only other help that I personally have are showing assistants. So in my busy season, I can't necessarily show every house to every person. I love showing houses and it's fun, but I'm busy. I've gotten really busy in my business. I actually just found out that I made top 100 agents in Houston, and there are 50,000 agents registered with our MLS. I just got number 92, which is very cool, but I really didn't even know that. I don't run the numbers. I don't pay attention. I love what I do, and I get up and I go. But I am busy. So I want to make sure I have enough time to help everybody and stay on top of everything. So in that, I hire a showing assistant, and that person literally, they're also an experienced agent. They just take you to the house. Maybe you want to see, 20 houses while you're here. Maybe you want to just see 5. Some people see it and know. Some people, it takes some time, and I'm okay with that. I pay my showing assistants. I pay them well. They're taken care of. I'm happy. They're happy. And then if you select a house, we can go back over there together. We can meet there for the inspection. And I will be honest with you, if there's a concern, I don't know, let's just, we're going to make sure obviously it didn't flood and all those things, but maybe, I don't know, like let's check let's look at where the schools are. Let's look at, is there a busy road going behind? What is this land behind you, all those things. So I'm still very much a part of it. Like when my showing assistants are out, like last night, I had a showing assistant go show a house for me. And she immediately was like, are the washer and dryer staying? What are these, cracks? And there was some rotted wood on the trim. And, so we called, we talked and all that stuff. So I'm still very present. I just can't make every showing. So be careful when you're getting a big team and then all of a sudden you're handed off to somebody and all of a sudden you find out those people have sold never a house or one house, because that'll hurt you. I do refer to, I have a downline in my brokerage. I'm with EXP and I do refer out if it's too far for me. So like I have an agent in the Katy Sugarland area. She's fantastic and she still runs things by me if she needs me, but she doesn't need me. She's amazing. I have agents down in like the Clear Lake area. I have an awesome agent in the Heights, and I actually took some Heights video yesterday because I was down there. It's such a cute, charming part of Houston. So anyway, I only refer out if it's too far for me to get to, but otherwise you work with me. So that's another thing to think about is, how many houses have they sold? How responsive are they? Do they know what they're talking about? There's actually a lot that goes into contracts and negotiating. And, we just were in a seller's market. Now we're shifting to a buyer's market. So, I'm not offering to pay the title anymore for my buyers because I don't have to. I used to have to win a bidding war, but I don't have to anymore. I'm not, now I may go below asking if that's what the comps are showing and there's no offers on it. We're not going to pay full price. I mean, I think most of you can tell by my personality, I'm very much a go-getter and I'm competitive with myself and just making sure that my clients are getting the best of the best. I actually just had a huge appraisal come in. We bought this house in downtown Houston for 2.5 and the appraisal just came in at 2.8, which is completely insane. So they have 300,000 in equity before they even move into the house. So I'm always trying to get the best of the best for my clients. They know that, the best price, the best negotiations on repairs, all that stuff. So if you work with me, you get that team. You get Megan, you get my showing assistant, you obviously get me. And then with that, I have an awesome lender that I love. We'll pick up the phone anytime. We'll walk you through it. I'm happy to send you numbers of some of my clients that have used our services and used my lender. Nancy, who has been on this YouTube video a few times, our YouTube channel, I should say, she used Brenda, and just, I'm happy. That's all part of my team, quote unquote team, but not agents, that I'm handing you off to. So the last thing I want to talk about is we do have a buyer rep in the state of Texas, and we are supposed to get that signed before we go show you houses. So once we talk and you say, okay, yes, basically all that's saying is if I buy a house in the Houston area, I want you to represent me. That's all it's saying. I write in my buyer rep, every single one of them on line 17, that you do not owe me $1. I've never had a buyer pay me $1. The seller always pays my commission. Even if that commission is cut, I have never, nor will I ever, ask a buyer to cover the gap in my commission. So be careful signing a buyer rep, because they can state in there that, if the commission is cut by a percent, that you as the buyer are going to pay that for them, and you don't need to do that. So if you work with me, you will get a buyer rep, because I'm supposed to have that before you sign, and just saying that you want me to represent you, you want to work with our team, all that good stuff. And then all that means is, if you buy a house here, obviously sometimes people come and their jobs change or, whatever, things change. You don't always end up buying where you think you're going to buy. And that's okay too. But that's what the buyer rep is. The other thing I want to mention, and I've mentioned this before, is do you need an agent going into new construction? This is like a whole nother video. Yes. So again, if you don't bring an agent to new construction, you have no representation. That sales rep is working for the builder, and they welcome agents. I sell with Highland a lot here in Wood Forest. I mean, they welcome us as agents. So if you go there and you don't have an agent, they're not going to knock down your price. They have that price built in there. So they're going to get double the commission, but you're not going to have representation. And you want representation. You want to get a good inspector who is independent of that builder. They're going to tell you, oh yeah, well, we run 16 inspections, you're fine, but you're not fine. You need an independent inspector. I do this every single day. And like just this summer, Some of my new construction, they have like 4 blown window sills. So these are brand new windows, and the argon gas is already just on install. They didn't install them correctly. So they're already moving into a house where the windowsill is blown. So you want an inspection, you want an outside inspection. I had one client with a new construction that they poured the slab wrong on the back patio, and we, fought to get her some concessions. Now with the market shifting, they're getting more desperate, these new construction, because they have a lot sitting there. So we can go in and say, okay, well, we want, a refrigerator and all the blinds at all the bedrooms, or, we can negotiate more on your behalf and we can protect you. You don't pay for it. So again, the seller or the builder pays all of our commissions. Otherwise, you have no representation. And then when you get in trouble and things don't go right, you have nobody there to say, hey, let me fight for this on your behalf, because things will go wrong. I walked through all the final inspections with them. We blue taped the walls. I went into one final inspection. It was the day of closing. My clients were not here. They were in California. Okay, no hot water in the master bath. The kitchen sink, the faucet was not secure. It was moving all over. There was a nail in the roof that we'd already gone over with our inspector and with the builder that was sticking out, that needed to be sealed, nailed down and sealed. There was flashing that was raised. I mean, all these things that, if you don't know it, you wouldn't necessarily see it. I mean, obviously you notice that there wasn't hot water eventually, but I did not let them sign that contract until we got those items fixed. And so that's my leverage, and that's my way to help you as your agent with new construction, to say, we're not signing this until these things are fixed. And they want to close the file. I mean, they want to get the house closed because they've got money on the line. So if you go to new construction, bring an agent with you. Anyway, that's my spiel for today, is how to pick an agent in the state of Texas or in Houston or even anywhere in the nation. As always, I'm always happy to help. You can fill out my form below. If you're thinking of moving here in a year or two, it doesn't really matter. Just fill out my form below. Like this, comment. It helps me to get more people watching. And if you ever have a video you want, send it my way, and I'm happy to explore it. If you want more of Nancy, or maybe Nancy was suggesting we do like a day in the life of the Woodlands and kind of walking around, we're happy to do all that. So you guys can get your eyes on it. Anyway, I hope you have a blessed day.